Advice to anybody looking to study medicine would be to not. I'm not joking, guys. Like, don't do it. I don't know if it's worth it.
What's the one thing you wish someone told you before final year? What's been the hardest moment, the most beautiful? I sat down with students at the end of this long journey, difficult road, and asked them the questions we all carry but rarely ask out loud. This is their story. So before we begin this conversation, I want to ask you for one thing, just one favor. It's the only thing I'll ever ask of you, and that's to subscribe. Not because it makes the number go up, but because it gives the channel a voice, a chance, and a heartbeat. I'm building something here and a space where real stories from medical school can be told without filters, where we talk about the struggle, the growth, and the parts nobody prepared for you. And if you're watching this, it means you're a part of that mission already. So if you hit the subscribe today, know this, I'll give the best of me. I'll show up every time with content that educates, inspires, and tell the truth. And one day when we've grown together, you look back and say, I subscribed when it all began. Let's go into the video.
So I would have been told that it would take this long actually. I came in with an idea that it wasn't going to be a short trip and it was going to be an unpredictable ride, but I didn't expect it to extend this long. But yeah, that's basically the one thing for me.
And I wish I knew that I can actually get involved in more activities and still be able to carry on with my medical school. Because when I actually entered medical school, my preclinicals, I never knew I would be able to cope with a lot of things, whether with my academics. But gradually, as I progressed in my medical career, I discovered that I can actually get involved in a lot of things actually. And another, it's not something anybody can do alone. So I had to actually involve myself also in every other individuals in terms of group reading.
Yeah, I wish I knew that it's possible to actually go through medical school or scholarship. I didn't know. In fact, even during my first year, I didn't know about it. I did remedial sciences, so I had an edge. Most of the things we did in 100 level, I was already exposed to them. So I didn't even know that doing so well academically, right from 100 level, can earn you a scholarship. So,
Alright, my toughest moment in medical school, I think it was close to second MB. I failed test because I was sick. That was some weeks to our exam. I felt sick and then I didn't have time to read, and it was just approaching the exam. It was a comprehensive test which is used for our exam. Then I failed the test. I was sick, so I didn't know how to recover that time in and out of hospital. But I thank God that I had friends that were giving me support. They're trying to teach me things and make me learn things. And my family members were supportive also that period.
My toughest moment in med school was during the part and farm class where I had a receipt, and it was due to because a lot of extracurricular activities. I was engaged in politics and other life activities that partially distracted me. So I had a receipt in part and farm, but you know, I had to come back, sit down, brace myself up for the receipt examination, which by the grace of God, I was successful.
Actually, I've learned two shocking things from my clinical time here. One of it is that your classmates absolutely know it. You think that they don't, but I promise you, they absolutely know it. When a consultant asks a question or a registrar and you think it's going to be cricket, they know it. And to shock you every time, you'll be like, where did you guys learn this one? I mean, when did you guys know this one? Another shocking thing that I learned from the clinicals was also that life moves on. So you see a lot of devastating things happen to people, like in the hospital, in the ward, but then it's like, oh, when you're done from that bed, just move. Like there's a disinhibition, and it's actually quite shocking to me still, because I mean, I had to, and I'm actually one of those people that disinhibited now. So somebody tells you something that's happened to them, or you know this person has cancer, or you just lost somebody in the ward, and 2 seconds later, like you're doing something else. Like, I don't know. It was quite shocking for me, but I mean, I'm now part of the system, so yeah.
The most shocking thing I've seen and learned during clinicals is the frailty of human nature. In one moment, you are clicking a patient, the patient is active and talking, and then a few minutes later, this patient is gone, and then you see life moving on. The best people will do is just to encourage the family relatives. They are crying, and then rounds continue. And you know that how frail this human life is.
Okay, so if I would go back in time, I think I would maybe pick a skill. Although I have skills, yes, but being a tech sis, I mean, I admire lots of people, lots of girls that are into tech and all of that. I think had it been I was doing that and then combining it with medicine, I know it will not be easy, but at least financially, I will be very, very proud and happy. Being a tech sis is just the best. I think that's what I would have done. I would have learned.
I think that would start from my clinicals. I would have get myself involved in more activities. I wasn't so involved in more activities. I think like later on I got involved in a lot of activities, involved myself in politics, involved myself in different things actually. And I also try and get myself more involved in research activities. I think I also started that also during my clinicals. My clinicals, I was very naive in a way. I don't know much about a lot of all these things.
One of my most unforgettable ward experiences was I was in pediatrics at the time, so we're in hemato-oncology, and the child, I think his name was Isa, he had CML at the time, and let me tell you, when he was admitted into hemato-oncology, he was wasted. Like, I was even like, I was not sure he was going to make it. He was wasted, he looked weird, he wasn't walking, he wasn't talking, he was always crying at the time. Like, it was a lot. And then they kept managing him and they gave him chemotherapy. So we had finished pediatrics. I had finished that posting, and then I think I was in ONG already. So I was in ONG, and then there was a house officer I was close to, and then she was like, "Have I seen Isa?" Like, I was like, no. I was even trying to remember that, who is Isa? Then I remembered, because we were quite close to the family, because they were constantly there and the treatment was for a while. So I now say, let me go and check Isa on the ward and stuff. Let me tell you, the recovery was massive. I'm telling you, like, I couldn't even tell who he was anymore. He was even fatter than me. He looked vibrant. His skin was popping. And it just made me believe in medicine again. I was like, is this the chemo that is doing all this? Because there was a time that he was even having failure, that they had to give him like something to revive his white blood cells, but only for him to be looking this vibrant. Like, he was playing with the bicycles in the pediatric ward, and it was so amusing to me, and I will never forget that experience.
Okay, my honest advice for the younger ones or anyone who wants to study medicine is that one, you have to be convinced that you really want to study medicine, because medicine is bulky and your syllabus or curriculum is the earth. Anywhere a human being resides is your curriculum, so you have to be prepared that you have to engage or you have to absorb large volume of information. So you have to be convinced, and also it is very tedious. You have to discipline yourself to read, to absorb information, and you have to be best at what you do. That is reading and other, engaging yourself in other academic activities as the curricula will entails.
My advice to anybody looking to study medicine would be to not, I'm not joking, guys, like, don't do it. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm serious. Unless it's like your lifelong passion, you know that if you're not going to be a doctor, you're not going to make it to heaven. That's the only reason. I'm not joking, guys. Like, I'm genuinely, it's a lot. It's draining. But then I know there's a reward in the end. But then I've stayed 8 years during my clinical posting. For the entire course, I've spent about 8 years, and I genuinely don't think it's worth it. I'm not going to lie to you, especially in our climb. And then for you to get to the other climb, it's a lot. Like, I don't know. But then if you're looking to come, I advise you to start studying early, and then be resilient, and just have people around. Have a family, have a community. It will help make the bad days feel a bit less bad. So that's my advice. Thank you.
So my honest advice, I don't think that there's any other profession that would give you the opportunities and the openings that medicine will give you. So that also means that medicine will also require a lot from you. So I would say that people should come with open minds. Because for me, at some point, I was thinking, will I ever get to practice medicine? What will I want to do? But my advice is come with an open mind. Yeah, medicine is challenging, but it is worth it when you consider the opportunities that there are for you in it. So just come with an open mind. That's my honest advice. You say medicine is for the smartest people. It's not true. In fact, to be candid, I was a bit disappointed, few weeks into medical school. I think that anybody who is disciplined and determined can do medicine. So I think the myth of the best are the people that medicine is reserved for, I think that's a myth, and I think it's not true.
So there you have it. Doing this video taught me a lot. Personally, these conversations weren't just interviews. They were mirrors. They showed me the resilience, the vulnerability, and the raw truth of final year. I'm grateful to every single student who spoke, and I'm grateful to you for watching. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comments. What would you say to your younger self in medical school? And as always, I'll see you in the next one.